All right, with just one simple change in your video business, you can get a tremendous increase in revenue and win more projects. And in today's video, I'll show you exactly what that one change is. But why can I tell you this? Because my name is Nick Metzger and I grew my own video agency from zero to over $40,000 in 6 years. And today I show video creators just like you make more money. All right, so videographers are creative people. And I get it, creative people want to be free, okay? They like to buy camera gear, they like to buy new software, they like to try new editing skills, they try to improve their video craft on the daily basis. Now, the thing is, I get it. I am the same. I want to improve my videos. I want to get better and better and better to provide my clients more value. And I made one major mistake in the beginning because I thought, well, if I'm just going to be increasing my quality of work, also the prices that I can charge will increase. But that is not true. It's a fallacy. Of course, because you have better skills, you feel more confident that you can deliver, and therefore you feel more confident charging high numbers. But ultimately, if you do not charge premium prices, you cannot charge premium prices, right? So it's not just that you need to increase your skills. I would rather even say it doesn't even require you to increase the skills, but you need to do one major simple change to your business. Because when you run a video business, you're not just a creative person. I mean, you're running a video business, so you're also a business person. And to me, once I started understanding that, once I started transitioning from just creative person to creative person and business person, my life started to change. And instead of selling $1,000 videos, I started selling $10,000 videos on a regular basis. But it wasn't just a mindset shift, there was something else that got me there. I started to face my fear of making calls. See, a couple of years ago, I was afraid of every single phone call. This was so crazy that I was even afraid to make a reservation at a restaurant. I was afraid to make a reservation at the barbershop where I've been going for years and years, and yet still I was afraid to make a phone call to do a reservation. And yet I was afraid to do a phone call to make a reservation. It was absolutely nuts, and that feeling was crazy. It wasn't just being afraid, it was anxiety. Like before every phone call, my stomach would turn into butterflies, and not in a positive sense, but in a negative sense. I started sweating, started like shaking, and it was absolutely crazy. And when I started my business, I actually had a business partner. So I thought, well, if I'm afraid to make calls, let me just tell him how good he is at calls, even though I knew he wasn't that good. But then I said, hey man, you're so good at calls, you should make all these calls. But it wasn't because he was really good, it was just because I was scared. And then at one point, he left the company. So I had to do the calls. I had to take calls with our existing clients. And that's what I even was afraid of. I was afraid to take calls with people that I knew. This was absolutely nuts. But then I just started to shift my mindset to say, hey, I'm a business person. And what do business people do? They take calls. They do business over the phone. So therefore, I started facing my fear. I started calling. And it was so hard for me because I started shaking before every call, but I pushed through. I called and I called again and I called again and I called again. And one day, the fear started to go away. Not like that, but I realized, hey, I'm less scared today than I was a week ago. I'm less scared today than I was 6 months ago. I'm less scared today than I was 12 months ago. And today, I do phone calls left and right and close deals left and right. So that one simple change that you need to do for your video business is you need to start doing phone calls, and you need to do them regularly. I know that you love communicating through email, through chat, through text, through whatever, and you love to communicate your prices through that, and you love to negotiate because it is easier. I get it. It is easier to have written communication, but it is not easier to close premium clients that way. If you're really serious about your video business and you really want to make a lot of money with it, then you have to do the phone calls regularly. You have to do a phone call for the first meeting. You have to do a phone call to negotiate prices. You have to do a phone call to do follow-ups. You have to do a phone call to stay in touch with your clients, and don't just be in chat, text, or email. You're gonna differentiate yourself so much from the competition by just hopping on the phone because nobody else is doing it anymore. And this is the one simple thing that took my business from zero to over $40,000, and I'm now making a lot of money with only like a 5K in overhead. So I highly suggest that you start doing phone calls on a regular basis because this will change your business forever. Now, if you really are serious about growing your video business and you want to get to $10,000 a month or more, I have something that might be interesting for you. Right down in the description below this video, there is a link to a free video training where I explain my Video Business Academy consulting program. This consulting program helps videographers just like you make more money and get to $10,000 per month within 60 to 90 days. And we have a 100% success guarantee. So go check that out and maybe it might be a good fit for you.